All right, home gym warriors, I'm going to show you a fix today on a Marcy Diamond Elite weight bench or other Marcy products. I have a continual issue with these leg pads coming off with these plastic caps that they give you with it, popping off during various exercises. So I'm going to show a simple solution that can be done in order to better secure them so they don't continue to pop off. All right, here's what you need. There's a few things you can get from the local hardware store. These are sleeve anchors, usually used for masonry or block walls. This is going to be what helps reinforce these plastic caps and staying in there. So on top of these are about $1.50, $2 a piece, something in that range. So I need 6 of them for my bench, and so it's a pretty cheap fix for it. Other things you'll need: drill or other device in order to put a hole through these plastic caps. I've got a 1/2-inch paddle bit that fits nicely in here, but you'll have to match it up with the size of your anchor. These are 1/2-inch by 3-inch sleeve all anchors. Other things that you'll need: socket wrench and some other wrenches to help get the anchors in place. And let's get started. So I'll show you how these anchors work. These sleeves, when you tighten the bolt, which this part will be on the outside, there's a nut on here, but as you tighten it, this wedge will go down the shaft and expand the metal anchor and start spreading it apart. And so what that'll look like as it starts to get bigger is it'll fill up that metal tube on the bench, and you can see it starting to grow, and it'll help lock in that plastic cap into place. So first step's to drill a hole through this. I'm going to hold on to the cap so I don't drill through my hand, but going from the inside out. That gives you a hole there to slide the anchor through. Get the hole drilled out. You should be able to insert your anchor in there. You might have to do a little wiggling to get it through, but now the anchor is through the cap, and when I put this back in the bench, I can tighten it down and spread the anchor out. I'm going to start tightening this down now that it's through the plastic cap, and spread it out a little bit. What you'll find too is if you're using a socket wrench, they're usually not deep enough for once this bolt starts to come through the nut. So eventually it'll bottom out and you'll have to switch over to a different type of wrench. But you can see the anchor spreading apart. And then when it goes in to the tube, we'll continue to tighten it down, but that'll help lock it in. I'm going to try to spread these out just a little bit to help give it a little bit extra grab inside of there. And then we'll make sure it still fits. Insert it in there, and then start tightening it down. When you are tightening it though, the bolt part will spin along with the nut, so you are going to have to hold the bolt in place while you turn the nut so that the anchor doesn't just spin around inside the tube. All right, so I tightened down this first one, and you can see that it's much more secure. This side's going to slide out, but you can see that this cap is much tighter on there now, so it won't have a continual problem with these pads popping off during exercise. Okay, now just got to do it to the rest of these, and then I'll show you the next steps. All right, now that you've put in all these anchors, they're all in. We got 6 of them in here. Double check them, make sure that they're tight enough, and if you find out that they're a little bit loose and the caps still slide a little bit, you may have to take the anchor out, spread spread the wings on it a little bit more so it gets better friction on the inside. And now that it's in, we've got these bolts that are sticking out. You can certainly leave them in there, but it's a good way to get snagged and cut. Also a little unsightly there, so we're going to cut off these ends. You can use a hacksaw if you want to work really hard at it, or you can use my favorite tool, the reciprocating saw, and get these things cut off. All right, so that's it. We got all of them cut off, and they're in place. Now I got a lot better friction in there to help keep these pads in place when we're working out. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to add them below, and happy lifting.